Hello, and welcome to Slay the Princess. Don't really gotta explain the game, as the title of this game is pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, I've seen a lot of people play this game and it looks very interesting. But yeah, let's start a new game. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I can move the scenery with my mouse, cool.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, what have we got? Okay, we got choices here. Okay, explore the end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Oh man, there are a lot of choices. Sweet, I've always wanted an offer monarch. Viva la revolution. Suddenly continue, turn around and leave. Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Do I get a reward or something? Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Forget about it, not doing it. Can't someone else do this? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Okay, well, I guess we'll just start from the top, I guess.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Right. Okay, again, so many more questions. Oh my god. Okay, so what have we got? But how can a princess locked away in a basement in the world? You don't tell me why she's dangerous. Not gonna kill her. Do you have any evidence to back this up? Have you considered that maybe... Yeah, we already got that. Yeah, some of these already some of the same stuff. Look, I'll go into the camera, I'll talk to her and see you. And if she's bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. Okay, I'm sold, let's get this over with. Okay, we'll just go from the top again.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Why does it have to be me, though? Yeah, do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? If you've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Well, I don't know, I just kind of got plopped into here. Yeah, what about this one?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Sure we are.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Right. Yeah. It seems kind of bad, though.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
I mean, that is a fair point, but still. Can't someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules.
Why can't you do it?
I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Okay, well, if I'm okay with the world ending.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Maybe, depending. Okay, do I get some sort of reward for this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Aw, god damn it. Can you tell me what my prize is for going to be if we're doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Yeah, I get the feeling you're lying, and that you're just telling me what I want to hear to get the job done. Okay, well...
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Nah. Anyway, okay, we'll try talking to her.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Right.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Right.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, we can only just proceed into the cavern. Oh man, why is there always got to be some cabin in the middle of the woods?
The cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
We get to pick it up.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, well, I guess we'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult.
Oh, I didn't mean to skip. Sorry. It'd be rather difficult to slay a princess to save the world without it. Okay, enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Ooh.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just hi. Yeah, just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Well, yeah. That's what the narrator's telling me. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm here. You called me, I'm here to slay you.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade.
I'll keep it on me for now.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Okay, well, let's drop it. Sure, we got plenty of endings to go through, so...
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Yeah, don't make me
Against
regret
your
it.
better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Man, your eyes are massive.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
I mean... she's chained up, and... like, what is she gonna do exactly? I mean, can't we just kill her other way? Or in other ways? Rather than the knife?
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Alright. Okay, well, here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
I mean, why not?
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You think?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
Nope. Yeah, I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Alright. Yeah, what's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
Why not?
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
What, pick the lock? How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Okay, we talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Nope, I still have no
You
idea.
know why you're here.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but slay the princess? Okay, let's keep her locked away, I guess.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Like
One
how?
way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Yeah, I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
Who am I?
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
Yeah, no, we're sticking to the plan.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine.
Oh,
Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
uh-oh.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
Ah, shit.
Terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
I mean, she's probably got a lot of pent-up energy.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, throw me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. So, all that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess, you're a monster. Yeah, let's do this one.
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never see the light of day again.
You put
Right.
the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Yet I'm still alive.
Where is she?
Thanks for
Oh,
helping
right
me
there.
get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe
Oh, hi.
I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Rip. Well, that was a quick ending. Oh, we're on to chapter 2 now, The Nightmare.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yeah, so we're repeating all this shit
You're
again.
here to slay her.
Yeah, I'm getting a sense of terrible deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he
Eh.
doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us?
Wait, we got a voice of the paranoid?
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you?
Oh great, you can hear my inner thoughts.
Shit.
Shit.
I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
Hey, yeah, this is more than just deja vu though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything again?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
I mean...
We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you?
Well, can't blame me. I at least tried to do something. I had to see for
comment.
myself. Yeah, come on.
Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there? Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
I mean, back here again, so... not really?
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
Yeah, let's talk about the princess.
Just be quick about it.
Okay, fine. Yeah, just being around her in the end shut down all my organs. What the hell am I supposed to do about that?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Yeah, I get the feeling it might not be that easy. Yeah, to quote you from the last time around, she's just a princess. How can you possibly justify that? She clearly something far, far worse.
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
I don't think so. Okay, who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Maybe I should. Yeah, people locked her away. Why couldn't they slay her? Why is it falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
Alright.
You can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative. Why are you trying to manipulate us? I don't know, I kinda like being special. Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions here. I'm not goading you into doing anything. You already know the princess is dangerous. All I'm trying to say is that you have to be the one to deal with her. I know it doesn't seem fair, but that's just the way it is. And for what it's worth, I know you have it in you to finish the job.
Oh, thanks, I guess.
We don't. You saw what happened to us last time. We need to leave.
Yeah, you've been cagey. Why are you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
Right.
He isn't telling us everything he knows because he doesn't trust us, which means that we can't trust him.
Exactly.
Stop talking yourself in neurotic circles and just get to the cabin already. Do you see the way he keeps pushing us? We have to get out of here.
Yeah, that's all.
Right. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Yeah, what happens if I just leave?
This is good. I was worried you might fall for his shit again, but this is good. Whatever answers there are to be found, they aren't here, and they definitely aren't there. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nah, but it's better than this cabin we're going to. Lie, yes, I definitely know where I'm going. What option can we get? Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Like I said, I'm pretty okay with the world ending. Yeah, the only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I am not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
I mean, yeah.
That's
Ah, son of a bitch.
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Fuck. Okay, I can still turn around again, leave again.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting...
Ooh.
What's going on? Where are we?
I have no idea.
It's finally happened, hasn't it? We finally cracked.
What around you is unwound. Physical matter replaced by a textured nothingness. It is quiet. There is a distant rumbling, sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes closer. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Resistance, fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. I need something empty I can crawl inside of it. I need something shaped like me. Yeah, this is a nightmare. Wake up. It's not. Oh. And we're back to chapter 1 again. Huh. Interesting.
You're on a path you're here.
Yeah, we already knew. Skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or R1 on your controller. Okay, let's quietly go down the path again, because I want to see what happens if we accept it.
I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yes.
What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path...
You turn around and leave
really
again.
keen on-
Hey. You just do it again,
The
quietly go down.
silence is deafening.
Yeah, it is.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Huh, okay, this is slightly different. Oh yeah, well I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Why are there so many cabins?
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Well, this is inconvenient. Then how were we able to deviate from the path last time?
Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness, but it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Well, rip. Well, back to chapter 2 again.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Why is it walled off back here? Is he preventing me from walking off again?
You're here to slay her.
If I could lie. Yeah, I can't leave again. Huh. Okay, yeah, those walls weren't here last time. Can't force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
He's preventing me from getting lost again.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Oh, it's our voice of Contrarian instead of paranoia.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
Oh, absolutely.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you can pull that off. The world hasn't
Oh,
ended.
didn't mean to skip that.
And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Right. Oh, I don't get to talk to him about any of the other stuff. Okay, sure, we're going to the cabin.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
Right.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
It's so weird how there's a wall around.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
That's also me being difficult too.
Let's keep an open mind.
Okay, proceed to the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong. A
Yeah,
confusing
it is.
patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Yeah, this is weird. Okay, why is it like this?
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
There's also a mirror there.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
I mean, that's what I've been trying to say, but...
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
This is more than just a princess, we've already seen that.
You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
Right. Well, can you just stop doing your job, maybe?
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Yeah, approach the mirror. I am interested in it.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
There's a mirror, though.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward,
the
rub your
fuck?
hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Wait, is that my hand? The fuck?
But there was a mirror a second ago.
Are we just not gonna address that?
Now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Yeah, I don't think he wants us to see ourselves. Huh. Okay, well, let's take the blade again.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that.
Why not?
Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Yeah, hold the blade the other way.
You switch your grip on the blade.
Hey.
Congratulations. Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
So what, throw the blade out the window? I can do that. Fuck it, why not? Listen to the voices in our head.
Haha, yes! Do it!
Fuck yes.
Seriously.
Wee.
You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon.
Well, fuck me.
What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
Okay, well, into the basement without a weapon.
The door
Oh,
to
what
the
the
basement
fuck?
creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it. The kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
I still love that you're trying to ruin the narrator's day. Okay, well, where do we go? Okay, we can do the center, left, or right. Let's do center.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else.
Yeah, I get the feeling we're going to have to do a lot of backtracking.
And so you
God,
take
why
one
there's so many
careful,
staircases?
focused step after another. 1 foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
Are you sure about that?
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
What's happening?
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
I love how the sketches are becoming less detailed.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
Oh. Hi, we're here.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Okay, we're just right back to it.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I mean, yeah. Well, sorry, I didn't realize I was here.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
A little bit.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so blank. I have no idea who she is. Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart. If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
It's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
Oh great, we gotta deal with multiple of this woman.
We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
Well, it's not like you're not giving us any information either, so you can be keeping a lot of about this princess and this place to yourself, so...
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. Ooh, new plan! Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Okay, getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either.
Well, you're definitely not gonna be alone now. Guess you can keep yourself company. Well, why is this all one? Getting out of here, try and figure it, I don't know what. Okay, let's try doing all of these. You're regretfully thinking about the time you threw the blade out the window.
Wait, that's not right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now.
Yes, it's all merging into one now. I don't like it.
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world, the princess collapse in on themselves before it all
Yeah, it goes.
falls apart.
I don't like that.
I think he's gone.
But we're left alone with her now.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
Nope.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
I don't like that they're all trying to talk at once.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
How surprisingly sincere.
I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
I mean, what do you expect was going to happen? I mean, I wasn't expecting this to happen, but still.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
You destroyed everything, I'm not gonna fix you. I'll do my best. Ugh. Okay, well, bye-bye. You don't know if she had the chance to hear your reply. She's gone. Placed with something else. The mirror.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went. I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Then what the hell are we supposed to do?
Narrator's gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? Again, what the hell are we supposed to do?
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No. Don't do that.
Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Yeah, the mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. Time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin, or at least what was left of the cabin. Approach her. Recognize the presence inhabiting the shell. It is the entity that dwells in the spaces between.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
You're that thing I met in the space outside the woods, aren't you? Thought that was a dream. Oh, right. Wait, so it still remembers back when I went off the beaten path the first time?
Vague recollections, empty tunnels without a mouth. I am sorry if I frightened you.
Okay, so now we know where all the hands came from. Okay, what are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Yeah, I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
I really love the music for this place. Yeah, do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Okay, I'm assuming the narrator is probably another voice inside my head, like that other guy and also the paranoia.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Okay, the gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Fair point. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Were you always the princess, or are you just making her part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Hey, let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Sure about that? Okay, well, I don't like either of these options. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Huh. By perspectives, do you mean that I need to go through different endings and then come back here? Huh. Are you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I was sent to slay the princess and stop her from destroying the world. Help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
What are you gonna do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
What happens if I wait, not going back?
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Okay, I can wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box,
Will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage? You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Right. And my game just closed. Weird.
You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Huh, interesting. Okay, so it starts back up here. Okay, well, looks like I only had the choice to forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Well, she's kind of hard to forget. Everything goes dark and you die. And we're back to chapter 1 again.